Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MASTERClass. This is your match reaction. Massive win. Massive win. Manchester United 3, Nottingham Forest 2. I mean, if you saw the watch along, we did say that we can come back and win. We did say that we can come back and win. And that's exactly what Manchester United did. I mean, the way we started the game wasn't good. I admit it was not good at all. We conceded 2 goals in like 2 minutes. That was just insane. I mean, 2 goals in 3 minutes, we conceded 2 goals. I mean, I don't know what on earth was going on that defense in the first 5 or 10 minutes. It was just ridiculous defending, and probably we can't get away with it. Against another opponent, against a bigger team. Probably we can't get away with it. But you know what? I'm happy now. I am happy now. Who's in the chat? Let me see who's in the chat. Let me know, guys, what you think about this game. And these are the players that has actually started. And these are the basically out of 10 match ratings. Disagree, agree. We're going to talk about each and every single player here. You guys let me know in the comment sections as well. But Corey, thank you for joining. El Kai, Paul, Omar, Christian, all of you, thank you all for tuning in. But I do think that it's a massive win. Regardless of the performance, guys. I think it's a big and massive win. And also, by the way, let us know, man of the match. Who's your man of the match in this game? Let us know in the chat as well. But I'm going to start off with Onana here. I mean, solid game. Should you say solid game? Should he have saved the second goal? The way we conceded that goal, I don't know. Like, really, are you going to blame Onana for that second goal? How many people actually blame Onana for the second goal? I don't think it's his fault. It's like a ricocheted. It hits the players and it just went in. But I don't know how you're gonna blame Onana for that. I just don't think so. Chris says man of the match is Bruno Fernandes. Julie says we won. That's all that matters right now. To be honest with you, that's all that matters. What matters is now we've won the game, guys. We've won the game, which is a massive thing. We've just seen Arsenal drop points at home. In this Premier League, guys, nothing is granted. Nothing is for granted. You could lose games even against the smaller teams, guys. Even against the smaller teams, you could definitely lose games. So, look, I mean, at the end of the day, a W is a W. Okay, so let's start off with Onana. Like I said, it says here 5.9. I'll probably give him that. Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I mean, a very poor display. What he was doing for the first goal, I think, is just ridiculous. The first goal was just ridiculous. I think he could have saved that one. He bottled coming out of his area and blocked Iwobi's shot, who basically sat him down before striking the ball. He sat him down on the floor, and that's how he scored. So I think we would have to put some blame on Onana, but thank God we won the game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, what would you give him? 6 out of 10. Yes, I would have to agree with that. 6 out of 10 is about right, to be honest with you. He's partly at fault for that second goal that we conceded, but otherwise he did fine in my eyes. He made some important blocks and helped drive Manchester United on. So 6 out of 10 is about right for Wan-Bissaka for me. Rafael Varane, he did help out Manchester United get a grip on the game, and he made some crucial tackles on Morgan in that first half, who prevented really the third goal that Nottingham Forest would have scored. But he got substituted at halftime, and I just did not know why. Is it because of performance? Is it because of injury? Erik ten Hag has to come out and let us know what happened there. But I think not a bad game by Varane as well. Lisandro Martinez. Okay, Lisandro Martinez as well. I think he struggled. I think Lisandro Martinez really struggled a lot in the first half, especially looking unconvincing for the third game in a row now. It's a concern, guys. It is a concern. The fact that Lisandro Martinez is he doesn't look like the same player that we saw last season. Is it just me? You guys let me know in the chat. But he just doesn't look like the same player that we saw last season. Abdullah, thank you for joining. Chris says man of the match is Bruno Fernandes. Julie says Onana should really work hard. I mean, yeah, I mean, Onana, he got exposed again. Got exposed again a little bit. Thank God we won, because the pressure would have been enormous on him. The pressure would have been enormous on him. Diego Dalot, again, 4 out of 10. I would give him 4 out of 10. It says that 6 out of 10. I would give him 4 out of 10. He's pretty poor left back, which I mean, you can understand that's not his position. He's playing out of position. He is a right back playing in a left back position. You can't blame him, but I just can't wait for Terrell Malacia to get back, or Luke Shaw. It looks like Luke Shaw is going to be out for a long time, and Terrell Malacia needs to come back now and cover that position, because I don't think we could continue with Dalot in that position. It's not a good performance by him. He just got exposed really high up today in the first half as well. And offensively, he didn't really offer anything. Offensively, I don't think he offered us anything. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. You're looking at the ratings, do let me know in the chat if you agree or disagree with any of these ratings. This is not my rating. This is an official rating. So we'll talk about them. Judy says, I've read that one. Okay, let's move on into the middle. Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so Bruno Fernandes, he led the way back from a bad performance in the first half. I thought Bruno did really well. He was dominating all areas in the middle of the park. The team he was pushing the team forward. It was actually inevitable that he was going to get on the score sheet, because he was just so close in the first half as well. He could have scored. Second half, I would say. Second half, he missed a wide open goal. Similar goal that Eriksen has scored, he missed. But that penalty, massive penalty, because there's a high pressure on that penalty, and he had to score that, because if he had missed, this game would have been a draw. So I think he is the reason why we completed the comeback. So for sure, I'll give him 8 out of 10. It says here that 8.7. Yeah, I'll definitely give him 8 out of 10. Casemiro, what would you give him? Out of 10. Let me know in the chat. Out of 10, what would you give Casemiro? Chris says, I agreed. We needed to get that Amrabat deal done to give Casemiro some help in games against Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Newcastle United. That is spot on by Chris, because against the bigger teams, Casemiro cannot hold that defense by himself. He just cannot do that. He needs help. He needs more people. So for sure, definitely, Amrabat now has to sign for Manchester United. We desperately need him. But in this game, Casemiro on the score sheet yet again, coming up with big goals and big games. People were talking about Casemiro's shit. Casemiro's this, Casemiro's that. I think he still comes up with huge moments and huge goals. And today, it's a massive goal. He could have scored 2, by the way, in this match. And he did have like open goal. He did have an open goal miss. For sure. But I think this performance is good by him. 7 out of 10. I would probably go 7 out of 10. Judy's go with 9. Corey says 10 out of 10. Chanda is saying Casemiro only 5. 5 only? Really? I mean, he scored a goal, bro. He scored a goal. You can't say that. You just cannot say that. It can't be 5 out of 10. Come on, man. But he was poor in the first half. Again, I think it's tactics. It's not the fact that Casemiro is not good. I think it's the tactics that Erik ten Hag is using this season, which is pushing everybody forward and exposing Casemiro by himself. We've seen it in the previous game against Tottenham and Wolves, where Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes just pushed way high up, and Casemiro just left exposed by himself. So that needs to be resolved. And I don't think we've resolved that today as well. I don't think we did that. Christian Eriksen, what would you give him? Hurry up. What would you give him? Out of 10, what would you give him? I'll definitely give him 7. He gave United more balance and invention that Mason Mount couldn't really, to be honest with you. He got on that comeback going with his goal. That goal was really massive. I think 2-0, could have been 3-0, but Eriksen scored that tap in. to be honest, that was all down to Marcus Rashford, who created the chance. But still, you got to be there. You got to be in position to finish the chances. And I think Eriksen did that. And Mason Mount didn't do in the past 2-3 games. Even in preseason, Mason Mount didn't do that. But Eriksen did. So hats off to Eriksen. Hats off to Eriksen. It's a huge, huge step up now. Hopefully, he can stay fit for us while Mason Mount is out. Mason Mount could also be out for a long time. So Eriksen, I liked his performance. 7 out of 10 for me. Emmanuel says 8 out of 10. Chris says 7 out of 10 for me as well. Yes, we all agree. I think we all agree. Zufami says, I'm still a Man United fan. For sure, you're going to be a Man United fan regardless, bro. Regardless of what we're saying, man. Anthony, okay, let's talk about Anthony. What are you guys giving him? What are you guys giving him, Anthony? Out of 10. I want to see your scores. Not scores, but ratings. I want to see your ratings. It does here that it says 8. 8 is a bit high. 8 is a bit high. I would go 7. I would go 7. He worked really hard defensively, more than other games. He caused Forest a lot of problems in the attack, and he forced Turner into a good save in both halves as well. Really, really good strikes by Anthony. I think it's a great performance by him, but we need much more from him. It's a much improved performance from last week, but we need more from him. Definitely, we need more from him. Judy's giving him 6. Sulfami's going with 6. Corey, you're going 10 out of 10 for Anthony? I don't think so. Chris is going with 6. Yeah, 6, 7 is about right. I think 6, 7 is about right. That was a dive. Robbed Forrest a point, says Jimmy, stop lying, Jimmy. Stop lying, Jimmy. That was not a dive. That was a clear pen. And we're going to talk about that. Let's move on to Anthony Martial. Here is the thing now. Anthony Martial received 6 here, but I don't think he deserves a 6. I'll be honest with you. I did have him in my predicting starting lineup, but I'm going to give him 5 out of 10. I think he disappeared in that half. He lacked sharpness. You can clearly see he lacked sharpness. He did not have preseason, so you can clearly see he was struggling. He was out-muscled off the ball a lot of times. At least, he didn't get injured in this game. So you would give him 5, but I'm telling you, we need more. We need more from Anthony Martial. Marcus Rashford, what would you give him? Julie gave 4 and 5 for Martial. Okay, I see that. But Marcus Rashford, I think he looked much more dangerous on the left-hand side. We've been crying out loud for Erik ten Hag to play him on the left. We keep saying, play him on the left. Finally, he plays him on the left, and that's how the goal comes. That's the left-sided Marcus Rashford playing, taking on players and creating chances. That's what he did. And that's how we scored the first goal. Eriksen scored that decisive goal for the comeback. That is because of Marcus Rashford. Excellent throughout the game. I think he didn't have many chances on goal, I would say. He did not have open chances. But all in all, again, the penalty kick was all Marcus Rashford again, creating chances, taking on players from that left-hand side. So 2 goals really came from Marcus Rashford taking on players. So hats off to him. I think he deserves 8 out of 10 in my eyes. Zulfami's going for 7. Corey says 20. Come on. Judy says 9 out of 10. Rashi, I would have to agree. Like Bruno and Rashford, they're just like this close from both of them being man of the match. And I think Rashford, he could easily be picked as man of the match. But I think 7, 8 out of 10 for me. Marcus Rashford, solid game. Okay, I think we covered everybody. Let's just go quickly run down through the bench. Who made a change in the second half? Victor Lindelof came in, right? What would you give him? He replaced Varane at halftime. He improved Manchester United in defense. I do actually give him 6 out of 10. I'll give him 6 out of 10. At the end, we got to call out man of the match. Jadon Sancho also gave the team more energy that Martial couldn't provide. But he didn't do anything tangible, really. But he did give us some sort of energy in the game. By the way, we have 64 people watching. Make sure everybody, as you join it, make sure you smash a like on the stream. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel as well. So yeah, Jadon Sancho 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10 for me. What would y'all give him? Julie gives him 5. Zulfami gives him 6.5. Corey 5 out of 10. Zulfami says 7. Chris says I'll give Lindelof 7 out of 10. He was pretty decent in my opinion. Chris is right. Yeah, I mean, solid. I mean, in the second half we didn't get exposed as much as in the first half. So you can say that that is down to Lindelof, or that is down to just us putting Nottingham Forest under a lot of massive pressure. So I'm confident with Lindelof. I think we could keep him in the team. He could definitely fill that position. If Martinez is out, he can come in. If Varane is out, he can come in. I'm completely fine with Lindelof. And today, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 for me. Solid game. Jadon Sancho, we already talked about. Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay came on only 5 minutes to go. Really, I don't think we could rate Scott McTominay. He just came on to solidify our defense and not to get exposed on heights. So that's pretty much it. Really, Scott McTominay could still leave Manchester United. And if he leaves, that would be a confirmation that we are going to get Amrabat for sure. For sure. Erik ten Hag, what would you give him, guys? Erik ten Hag, before we finish here, Erik ten Hag, what would you give him? I would definitely give him 5 out of 10. I think we got exposed in that first half. We really got exposed in that first half. He must take some blame for that horrendous start to the game. I mean, it's not just the players, it's him as well. His substitutions, however, helped out the team to win the game. So 5-6 maybe for Erik ten Hag, but we got away with it again, guys. We definitely got away with it again. It's the second time we got away with it. We can't start games like this. We can't continue to start games like this, guys. We have to change that. We have to change that. But let's talk about man of the match. Man of the match. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Let's see it. Let's see it in the chat. Everybody put your man of the match in. Put your man of the match in. But I'm going with Bruno Fernandes. Master stroke. Masterclass by Bruno Fernandes. I think he got us out of jail, to be honest with you. He got us out of jail today. Not just the pen, but just continuously creating chances, and creating opportunities for the forwards. But today, it's crazy how you look at the team and Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, 3 midfielders actually score a goal, and our strikers haven't scored any. Anthony is not a striker, I know, but our forwards did not score any goals. That's just crazy. It just clearly shows you how desperate Manchester United are to get a center forward in. Hopefully, Rasmus Højlund could join us next week for the game. And Martial, give him some time. He can catch his form. We just need to give him some time. Just definitely give him some time. Anthony improved. He has improved in this game compared to the last game. So I still believe in Anthony, but huge season coming up for him. Huge season coming up for him. But yeah, people, that is the match reaction. Make sure you drop your man of the match in the comment sections. Once we end the stream, make sure you leave your man of the match in the comment section so I see everybody's man of the match, okay? Koi, Sheikh, Akram, Chris, Zulfami, Julie, all of you guys, thank you all for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. It's a win, baby. It's a win. Let's go. I'm out. Peace.